The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Get hip or get stung.
Remember, sports fans, if the home team scores more than 100 points this game, all audience members will receive a coupon for one free taco.
A stunning view of Capitol Hill from high above. We're here in the seat of the U.S. government, Washington, D.C. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the side. Well, it sure is. Thanks, David. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at the Cavaliers, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And, of course, the Wizards tied up with them.
And when I look at Washington, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody...
Washington making some changes. Mahimi's checked in for Wagner. Bertans comes in for Hachimura. And it's Napier in for Brown. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Porter's checked in for Jetty Osman. And it's D in for Exum. D passes to Nance. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impressed you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
Wizards making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Jordan Bell's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And Murray's subbed in for Garland. Here's Mahimi. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I'll tell you, the big man from France, Jan Mahimi, had to fight through a number of injuries to get to this point, but he's the kind of battler every team is looking for.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team, led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Floats one up, and Beal lays it in. Beal's got 6.
Oh, slicing into the lane. Nice take by Bradley Beal.
D, covered by Smith. No good from D.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Gary Payton is checked in for the Wizards. Smith the pass to Bertans. Mahimi kicks to Napier. Porter with a block. Pass to D. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
And so he hits both.
And when you look at the Cavs last season, Doris, a very young team after having been the oldest team in the league the prior season.
And Greg, it makes sense, doesn't it? You're trying to develop players, whether it's for your team or to try to put together a trade package in the future. You're hoping ultimately to gain value through that process and through the draft, but it takes time.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. And the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
Zizic has checked in for Nance. D, covered by Smith. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Mahimi. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Napier missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Lets it go from 11, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The scoring fast and furious. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game. Bradley Beal spoke about the trust.
I think the biggest thing is he's...
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Travis Berton's out there with Mahimi. And it's Smith. Then there's Payton. And it's Napier in at the 2. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Osman's checked in. Here's Hachimura. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana. That one good for 2. Mahimi's got his first points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
D passes to Bell. D covered by Smith. Second shot opportunity. That one doesn't drop. Now Washington takes it the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art, I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
No good from D.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Osman the pass to D. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Outside, Porter. Bangs home the trifecta. Porter's got it back down to within single digits for Cleveland.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach. Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Boston Celtics. Time now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Andre Drummond. Dave, what's the news?
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Cavaliers. He told me that there is tendonitis in the knee, and it's causing him a lot of problems. The pain has just become too much. He's definitely going to be sitting the rest of this one out and potentially a significantly longer time before he'll be back on the court. Kevin, really, really bad news tonight.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
And here's Napier. 12 points his last outing. Outside, Beal. Nice D from Porter.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Beal with the steal. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the half. That's tipped. Here's Wall. Count that as his fourth basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
Here's D. Passes to Thompson. Makes it off the glass. Thompson's got 8 points.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Outside, Wall. Here's Wagner. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. That'll do it for the first half. Washington out in front, up 11. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Gotta pick up the intensity on D.
For sure.
You're a step slow tonight.
Gotcha, coach.
You got time. Keep grinding.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Bertans for three. Love grabs the board. Love's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's D, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now just a 1-point Washington lead.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Smith kicks to Bertans. The pass to Mahinmi. Wizards passing it around, and the call will be against D. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Napier, he's checked in for Payton. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Smith right side. And again, Washington no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
For the lead, and again another basket there from D. D's got the lead up to 1 now for the Cavs. Washington's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Smith finds Napier. Back to Smith. Goes up to the stripe, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
D passes to Bell. D, Napier covering. Here's Zizic. The second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Napier passes to Bertans. Good D by Bell.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And that was an incredible year back in 2016. Of course, Draymond Green in that series suspended for Game 5. Doris changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how quick.
And they go to the intentional foul. And he misses. The first one, boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Well, he is now in the defining years of his career. John Wall is a masterful competitor who is capable of dominating.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 7. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, and with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced
Really tough blow to the team here with this one, Hornet. It looks like this injury is going to keep him sidelined for a significant amount of time.
I hate to see it, Hank.
Yeah, definitely a setback for sure, but that's why the coach
Yo, what's up, man?
Great game.